Feig, and I'm the director of the movie Bridesmaids. What I like about Savile Row is I've always loved the British sensibility of fashion. I love the cuts of the suits. It's a much trimmer cut, much cleaner, with smaller, away from the sack suits, which we have a lot of in the U.S. And for me, it's never about fashion so much as it's about style. And just the Savile Row, for me, just stands for style and stands for what men's style should be.
So the whole process starts here. So we talk about you, your lifestyle, where you want to wear your suit, how you live your life. If you're the sort of person that spends his life on a plane, you're often in hot countries, you hate to press your clothes, then we might, we would go with something, like a fresco. If you live in Moscow and you spend your winters in Russia, you're going to need something a bit more substantial. So then we go to the kind of opposite end of the scale, and we've got, super heavy, heavy flannels.
What's like the classic gray suit? If you had to pick like one that seems to be like the standard.
Well, I mean, this is my standard, which is just a dark gray flannel. But then, this is, these are sort of English classics. That worsted twill, I mean, that is probably as classic as it gets about, British cloths. Let me take you through, and I'll talk you through the process. So we take a set of measurements from you, which covers not just, it covers all the kind of major bits of your size. We cut to fit you, the slope of your shoulders, your proportion, how far forward your head sits, all of these things. We want to get our collar sitting nicely on the neck, we want to get the thing hanging in balance. All of that is important. The different tailors do different things. All of the tailors are specialists. So Stephen cuts, and he does the fitting. John and Dennis and Rachel are all coat makers, so you can see them making coats. It's not just putting the cloth together. You'll see what we're doing is working the cloth. So, Rachel was just on here shaping the cloth. So we're not just taking flat bits of cloth and sewing them together. We're actually putting the shape, your shape into that cloth.
And what's going on with this?
Well, that is that is a particularly special piece. That is one of the Queen's bodyguards uniforms.
You've seen it now.
They say it's kind of 20 years to be considered a master tailor on this street, but it's a minimum of really 3 or 4 years to get to the basic level where you can start to make your own pieces.
Yeah. And how long is it generally from fitting to delivery of suit?
On your first one, from measuring you up to getting your first finished suit, if you live in London and you can come in regularly, normally we're looking at sort of 10 to 12 weeks for the first one. There we go. So that's pretty much the process.
My advice for all guys is always look at your head. You have to look at your head. It's sitting on top of these clothes, because sometimes there's a lot of guys will go out and find an outfit that they think is really cool or young or hip or just different for themselves, and if you don't look at how you look in that outfit, sometimes you will have that fashion faux pas where you go out and everybody's like, wow, what the heck are you wearing? I'd have to say my biggest style mistake was made in high school. Disco jumpsuits came to the fore for a while, and I found this one in Silverman's, which was sort of the disco clothing store, and I just thought it was how could it not be perfect on me? It seemed like the right thing, but they were all designed to actually show off one's package, as I became sort of the laughingstock of the school for a day. Look, I'm never going to be the guy to say, don't wear this. If you're comfortable with it, all I wish is that people would then affect a style to it, have a personal style to it that says, this is who I am. There's no excuse not to do it. Just say it's about money. It's like, if you're buying jeans and t-shirts, that's about, and costs probably about the same as you could get some nice stuff, or nice looking stuff for. So.